Whew, I really didn't think we were going to get that. Feels good, guys. This deck is broken. We got the 12 win. Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jake aka Tag, and today we're back here again with this graveyard deck that doesn't have any bad matchups. If your opponent ever tries to poison or fireball your Barbut, Skeleton Dragons, or your Musketeer, you just go in for the graveyard and punish them instantaneously. If they try to bridge spam into you, you've got Skeletons, Knight, Royal Delivery to bounce everything back, and of course you got the Barbut to pull everything. With your high damage of Skeleton Dragons and Musketeer that your opponent can never touch, it's just impossible to break through. So let's go jump straight into some games and assert some dominance with one of the new best 12-win decks in Clash Royale. And a huge shout out to all of you guys that are supporting the channel with creator code SirTag in any Supercell game. All money made from creator code SirTag goes directly back into improving the channel's setup and editing, and it allows me to upload on a daily basis while taking full-time college courses. So thank you guys for supporting me. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, we got a game here against Diego. What is up, my dude? So we're gonna go for Skeletons in the back, and we got the Skellies, we've got the Skeleton Dragons, and we've got the Graveyard. So we've got all the spooky cards here, my dudes. So against anyone that's not cycling something, I could think that it could be Graveyard or it could be a Golem deck. So I just want to go for Musketeer in the back when I've got Skeleton Dragons. Might as well. Generally have a really good matchup in Double Elixir, but if it's going to be a Golem matchup, generally don't want to get there as often. Rather try to get some early chip damage when I can, especially if he has Lightning, because usually their only defensive unit is going to be like a Night Witch, and that's not very reliable against us. So I'm going to let our Skeleton Dragons die here. I want to go in for a poison, and then I'm going to go in for a Royal Delivery on top of his Skeleton Dragons. So we're going to get a really nice counter push potential here. So we're going to shut that down. He doesn't get a single hit with that, and we get damage. So what are you going to have, man? You've got Graveyard, Skeleton Dragons. Do you have the exact same deck as us? It's such a popular deck, but the Royal Delivery gave us some love. Let's go, man. So we're going to go opposite lane because you just went in for a Barbut. So I don't know if you have an answer to pull the Knight and distract the Graveyard. So yeah, I think the Knight goes directly towards the tower, and then that's going to give us a lot of love on his tower. Skeletons are not going to be able to foot the bill, and that's going to be 2 or 3 hits with the Knight. So we're in the damage lead now, guys.
It's over, Anakin! I have the high ground!
So if you see someone going for a Barbut like that, especially later on in a grand challenge, you know, like, hey, dude, you're going to be a good player, but you made a misplay. I got to capitalize on that and get damage when I can. So we went in for the Knight, knowing that the Knight would go straight towards the tower, just like a Hog Rider would. But this time, it's a little bit more insidious. You're like, oh, I guess it's just a Knight, right? We can distract it with Skeletons. But no, that did a ton of damage. So I can go for Royal Delivery right on top of his units. Generally don't really like going in for too many aggressive plays, like Skeleton Dragons on offense, because I know it can just get shut down by Royal Delivery. Royal Delivery is broken, guys. Sorry, bro. So we go in for a poison on defense against the Graveyard, and then we go for Royal Delivery on top of whatever he spams at the river. So obviously a Knight really can't get shut down. Dude, he's doing it again, but this time it's Double Elixir. So he can afford to go in for Skeletons and then something else to go and pull the Knight. But in other situations, like the first time in the game, yo, he was absolutely annihilated there. The Musketeer is going to go change directions on top of the Barbarian. Really good stuff for us. And here we go. We're going to go in for a Barbut here. We know we can successfully go in for a Graveyard and have the Barbarians distract his. And then we can Knight right on top of his Musketeer. So really clean stuff for us. Not going to be a worry in the world for us. And because he went in for a poison, I can get a safe Musketeer and start to build up a massive push on the left-hand side. So we went in for a poison. That means he doesn't have anything here, guys. So he's going to go for Royal Delivery most likely. He's going to go for Skeleton Dragons also. We can poison those. There's the Royal Delivery. There's the Musketeer. That's all going into a poison. That is delicious, my dude. Thank you so much. I don't understand why you're giving me so much value, but I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate the good vibes here.
I appreciate that you appreciate that.
And we can go in for another Barbut in the back just to go for the barbs straight towards the tower and also make sure we can't poison it. So we'll see what he does now. Oh, he's going to go for a Knight. We can stop that from crossing the river since we don't have poison. It's a little bit better to do that. We can go in for Skeleton Dragons here. We'll win the battle at the river, and then we can go in for either a Royal Delivery or we can go in. Yeah, we're going to go Royal Delivery, and we're going to go Skeletons on top of his Graveyard instead of going for a poison, just because we want to shut that down and not take that much damage. We have the Musketeer still alive, so there's no point in poisoning. We have so many units counter pushing, and we're going to force out another Royal Delivery. Guys, the barbs on the left-hand side are going straight towards the tower. That is such a meme. So I can go in for a Knight because now he can't stop the Knight from crossing the river, so we undeniably get Graveyard chip damage here. And then we can go in for Musketeer on top of the barb so we can kill that. Go in for another poison. Dude, look at how many defensive units he's dropping right now because he needs to distract the Barbarians that are coming at him. But at the same time, it just gets all eviscerated by our poison. So then you have to drop more stuff. Dude, if he goes in for a Royal Delivery here, then we can go in for Skeleton Dragons and a Knight. This is going to be such a meme. Because the skeleton dragons are going to be able to kill the barbarians, and then we can go in for a graveyard. Yo, let's go. We go in for a musketeer up high just to go and pull the knight. Then we go in for another royal delivery on top of all of the skeletons. We take absolutely no damage from that point on. And then we just go in for one more graveyard because we outcycle the poison. We keep the musketeer alive. Dude, the musketeer was able to defend right here up close and personal with the river. And now he's not back to the poison, so he loses the game. Let's go, baby. That's going to be a lot of skeletons on top of your tower. And they are just going to be eating you alive, even though... You know, you probably ate the skeletons alive and indulged in cannibalism earlier. The roles are reversed. GG and well played to Diego. We're going to keep cruising on. 8-0. This deck is absolutely unstoppable. We're going to sauce out a good luck here. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's happening. 8-0. Let's see if we can get 9-0, baby. I'm going to go in for a royal delivery right on top of those bats. Shut them down. Eat them like a snack. And we see bats and miners. So when I see bats and miner, I already know what this is, right? It has to be either a fast cycle bait deck with miner, or it's going to be a balloon deck. But there's no way. There's no way it's going to be balloon after we see the prince. So let's see what you got, man. You're going to go for Mega Knight. You're wildin', aren't you? We got to go for skeletons, so we go and pull. And then the barb should be able to pull everything. Yo, you're going to go for wall breakers too. He's dropping all of his elixir. And look at the Mega Knight just walk the entire time instead of jumping for joy on us. If you guys saw how we did that with the skeletons and the barb putt, we make sure that the barbarians were going to keep making the Mega Knight walk after the skeletons spawned, and he just wasn't able to get as much value as he typically would. So guys, the musketeer is still alive, going to force out way more elixir from this dude. We need to go for royal delivery on the bats and the royal delivery of his. But it's fine, man. He has no bats in cycle, so what can we do? We can go for a graveyard. Usually we don't do this, but in single elixir, when they don't have bats and they've only got musketeer, it is well worth it. Oh my goodness, guys. That tower, it's devoured. Absolutely crippled, dilapidated, and Jon Snow, you know, you're not resurrecting from this one, Chief. You're not coming back from this game.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
So we could go for musketeer right on top of his, shut it down, force out more elixir. And I could go for skeletons to get a musketeer hit, so then the skellies would tank, but it's okay. It's okay for me. Just shutting that down is fine for me. 4 for 4 trade, we're up a bit, and in double elixir we win this matchup, so that's kind of what we're chilling for and waiting on. I'm going to go for a barb fight. I'm not going to cycle skeletons because I kind of want those for the wall breakers in case he goes opposite lane, or the miner, just to finish it off that way, or on top of the prince. I mean, we could pick whatever one we want. Anyway, we're going to go for skeleton dragons and split them, and then we're going to go in for skeletons, so then we go and pull all of that stuff, and then we can go for a knight right on top of the miner. So because we got barb hut, he can't really break through with the prince and the mega knight, so we're fine. As long as the knight is still alive, it's just going to jump on that, and I don't even think it's going to jump. Dude, the mega knight's not jumped the entire game so far. Isn't that insane, guys? There's been no mega knight jumps on our side of the map. It is a no jumping policy. It's like when you're in a bouncy pit as a kid and you're like, your parents are like, you can't jump. You're not allowed to jump in this playground. It's such a meme. Anyway, we can go in for skeletons here. No jumping zone for the Mega Knight part 3. Let's go in for a knight here. Make sure it walks this way. And go for a royal delivery on top of those bats. Shut it down. Actually, I didn't even need to do that because we still had skeleton dragon. Yo, we have so much coming at him. We've got a musketeer. We've got barbs. We've got royal delivery, knight. It's a mouthful. I can't even say everything, guys. There's so much coming at him. And then we're going to go for a poison to destroy his musketeer. The Mega Knight's going to just, you know, I guess it's jumping on your side, but it's never going to jump on ours, dude. Strictly prohibited. No jumping zone, my dudes.
No jumping out.
So we can go for skeletons again. We can go in for a musketeer, and then we go in for a knight. So what we do is we just force out more elixir from our opponent. We can go in for the skeleton dragons on defense with the musketeer. I don't think that it gets a single hit. It was pretty close, but not going to happen, dude. Skeleton dragons too quick. They do too much damage, and you're going to be a sad panda. I want to see bats so badly, or anything that we can poison in general. Like, if you go for musketeer, you're just slowly but surely getting whittled away, my dude. And now, you're in vicinity to 1 poison. So all we have to do is viciously cycle back, collect our win, and never mind. The musketeer is like, collect our win? Nah, I got you, fam, Jake. You don't have to worry about that. I got you right here and now. Musketeer took the tower, 9-0. Let's keep cruising on. And we're not losing with this deck because it is broken. So we're going to start off this game with a barb putt. We're going to see what's up. We see a musketeer, and as soon as I see muskie, it's probably going to be the exact same deck as us because, you know, that's where everyone and their mother is running in these metas. So, yeah, it's exactly that. He's going to have knight and musketeer. Unless he's got a weird hog rider cycle deck with earthquake from last meta. There's no way, though. So we can go for a royal delivery on top of the musketeer. Wait, you're going to have baby dragon instead. No way. You're switching it up. You are going to be a little bit spicy. So if you guys didn't know, if you don't have skeleton dragons or or skeleton dragons get nerfed, like they most likely will in the next balance changes, what you do is you run baby dragon. That's just as good. It's actually just as good. So, a little bit worse because of poison bait, less poison bait, but it's still a phenomenal card to run. So, we're going to go for a knight here, have the musketeer and the knight counter push, and then we go in for a graveyard. So, whenever you can, you want to not defend with the poison, so then you can get more graveyard counter push and more value that way. So, generally like doing this. We'll see what he does. If he goes in for a poison, yes, he does. Good stuff. So now our musketeer locks onto his muskie. We get a couple extra hits, and then we don't have to worry about his value counter pushing. So that's what we wanted to see, guys. We ignore the musketeer. He can't graveyard. We bait out the poison, and we have a poison for his graveyard now. But earlier on, I think I should have cycled my knight, and then I wouldn't have taken as much damage. If I cycled my knight like a couple seconds earlier, I think we would have been up 200 HP right now. But not the case, guys. Not the case. Live and learn. Live and learn. We're going to go for our musketeer in the back if he graveyards. We'll see, though. Or I could poison. If he has a tank for the graveyard, it's generally better for us to poison. But if he doesn't, then we just want to go in for our spicy skeleton dragons and or musketeers. So, see what he wants to do here. I'm going to cycle my musketeer up a little bit higher so he can't poison. Can't poison everything that he wants. And we know that he's most likely going to go in for his own muskie. We can poison that. Definitely want to because we win the battle at the river that way. And the knight is not going to be able to get through, man. That knight is going right on top of the barbs instead. So he's going to continue to spam us. That's great. Means we can go in for a Royal Delivery and skeleton dragons win the battle at the river hardcore. It's so unfortunate. Oh, no, he did it. I was like, it's so unfortunate he's not graveyarding right now because he wouldn't get any damage. And then the counter push would be absolutely astronomical. You guys saw how we set everything up and orchestrated our defense.
You got nothing. You got nothing.
So then he went in for a graveyard because he was trying to win the battle at the river. We were just able to Royal Delivery. And then we went for musketeer in the back with the aid of our tower. So then we get so much counter push potential. He's going to poison again. So he's definitely overcommitting. I want a barb hut instead of going in for a poison here because he didn't drop a musketeer or skeleton dragons. So we kind of want to hit one or the other. We don't want to go in for a poison for no reason whatsoever. And then the barb hut falls. Let's go. We'll see if he poisons here. He has to poison this musketeer, right? You have to. It's right next to a barb hut. You can't let that thing roll. Dude, come on now. We know you want to. Okay, we're going to go poison that for sure. Because you're not going to be able to graveyard since we're winning at the river. So if you're winning the battle at the river, your opponent can't graveyard successfully. As a result, you can go in for a poison and then get back to another poison before they go in for their next graveyard. The knight is getting dangerously close to our opponent's tower. And then we can go for skeletons. So you guys are seeing how we're playing this, right? We're controlling the map and then I get back to the poison. That is how you play it, guys. Oh my goodness, he's falling for the trap card.
We got him, R2.
Now we just go in for another barb hut. We stack up as many barbarians as possible. Bob the Barbarian is coming through to assert the dominance and make our opponent a sad panda. If he graveyards here, that would be spectacular as well. I have to wait and see if he wants to do that. So much value from the Royal Delivery about to come down, my dudes. You haven't seen that values ever. It's crazy. So our musketeer is going to lock onto his. He doesn't get the first hit. Let's go. And then he's going to Royal Delivery, but he dropped it too late. Now we can go for skeleton dragons because he has no Royal Delivery. Look at the map, guys. We have Royal Delivery. We've got 3 skeleton dragon, Aragons, and then we've got all these barbs coming at him. How do you defend this? What do you do? You're going for a poison. We still have map control, so we can go for another poison on top of the hut. We're able to go for musketeer, win the battle at the river. Hardcore win the battle at the river, actually. And with the barbs, you're not going to get any damage. Look at that, guys. He went in for a graveyard into 4 barbarians. What are you doing? He poisons on defense on our side of the map. His mental is absolutely crippled.
I just can't deal with this right now.
I love playing this deck, guys, for that reason. You can just make your opponent flabbergasted every single moment. And I think because we just used our poison, he's going to just try to spam us really aggressively, and then we can go for a Royal Delivery. I think we jebaited him here. I think we jebaited him again. Oh, we definitely jebaited him again, guys. Heck yeah. You'll love to see it. So we can just go for double musketeers, going for a knight, win the battle at the river, win the battle on our home turf as well, and then go in for a graveyard, go in for a poison, and walk away with the fattest W of our lives. GG, well played, and peace out. It was a pleasure playing against you and undoubtedly asserting dominance to the highest degree. So if you guys want to win the Graveyard Mirror matchup, just do what I did there. Win the battles at the river, make sure that your opponent graveyards into you, and then you just defend with units instead of poisoning. And if you continue to poison all the time, you're just wasting a lot of potential. You're wasting counter push pressure that you could be having and forcing your opponent to just look really miserable as soon as they go in for the graveyard and into barbarians or musketeer that they helplessly can't kill. Alright guys, so we got a game here. I can go and kick open the game with a barb hut and see what this guy's got in store for us. We've got Musketeer, we've got Royal Delivery. So if you spam me on the other side, I'm okay with it, brother. You're going to have Firecracker, though. So I want to eliminate that pretty quickly with the poison. It takes 3 ticks of poison to kill the Firecracker. She's going to stay inside it. It's not going to be an issue. And we will get the next horde of barbarians on top of the tower. So you're going to have Electro Wizard and you're going to have Firecracker with Miner. So it's definitely going to be Royal Giant. After we see those 3 cards, 100% conviction that it's Royal Giant.
Well, you never steer me wrong.
And I don't even care about activating King Tower in that situation anymore. So really important to identify that so you don't make these unnecessary sacrifices. Otherwise, yeah, guys, we would go out of our way to activate King Tower when we see Firecracker. And then we would find out, oh, wait, it was all for nothing. So he's going to go in for RG as we anticipated. Remember, lots of times when they got this variation, they're not going to have good answers to the counter push that you have. So he overcommitted, in my opinion. He's going to try to go for Firecracker to destroy our counter push. But then he finds out that we have Graveyard, and Firecracker doesn't do so hot against that. So the Musketeer is going to lock onto the tower, and we are already on our way to winning this game. Let's go, guys.
I mean, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
The counter push potential of this deck is insane. Oh, let's show you one other pro tip and trick that I've been including in this deck every single time I've been playing it. One of my favorite things to do is when your opponent's tower is at like 8 HP like you see right now, we can just go on the left-hand side, take 2 towers.
Because I'm a genius. Yes, I'm a genius.
So if this somehow gets in a 1-0 situation where he's about to take mine, then we already have all the work done on the left, and then his King Tower isn't going to be activated to kill the Graveyard Skeletons. So it's super important. If you guys don't know, now you know. It's one of my favorite plays to do, and it's going to work out really well for us here. So he can Fireball the Skeleton Dragons. We're going to go for Skeletons as well. Try to separate them, drop them on the right-hand side so he can't Fireball everything immediately. And I'm going to start to go in for the Graveyard here because we know that we take the right-hand tower. It doesn't matter to me. But now since he doesn't have the King Tower activated, how are you going to defend? You need to have the King Tower activated because Firecracker is such a bad answer to Graveyard, man. Oh my goodness, this is amazing. So much damage. You know, we probably would have gotten like a, I don't even know, a fraction of that if we didn't have that interaction going our way. If he had the King Tower, I think he would have had 500 more HP on his tower right now. Not even gonna lie. We can poison this just to kill the Firecracker, but I'd rather get more damage per second with the Musketeer here. I wonder if the Knight's gonna take out the tower. So it's also good because we're forcing out more Elixir because he still has to defend that at every single situation. We can go for a Graveyard here. The Firecracker is gonna die to the Musketeer. We can just get away with Skeleton Dragons, and then we can go in for Skellies. And here's Johnny. Yo, can we get a 2-0 victory? Can we actually clutch up and do that? Can we assert dominance to the maximum degree and cripple this guy's mental? As you guys can see, there's no way for him to break through the bar, but we just shut him down, and we can go for a Musketeer in the pocket. If we can get a poison down, we can take it, but time ran out, the buzzer beater, and we walk away with a very convincing W against Royal Giant. As you guys can see, if you ever play against Royal Giant or you play against a beatdown deck, it is exceptionally hard for them to break through Musketeers and Skeleton Dragons because they can't poison or Fireball them since you have Graveyard. They have to save it for that. And, of course, you're going to have the Barbutt. We're going to sauce out a good luck here. We're going to see what's up. We're going to see what's happening. We're going to go in for a Knight. If you drop anything in the back, my dude, I would love to see you spam me. Oh, let's go. Right when I say it. I ask for it, and he delivers the Miner right into the Knight. Well, they just had a little bit of a session. They chilled. They Netflixed. And this man is going to be going in for wall breakers in the opposite lane. So we need to go for Musketeer to stop that. That's always so close to getting hits on our tower. And we don't appreciate when wall breakers touch us like that. All right, so at this point in the game, we know what he's got, right? 100% obvious. This man is going to be rocking a wall breakers Miner cycle. So I'm going to go for Royal Delivery on top of the Miner. Go for Knight here just so the bats don't get on top. I know I'm overspending Elixir, but I'm not going for a Graveyard in single ever. So it's okay to just try to play safe and sound and strive for safety early on, guys.
Safety first.
We have our safety belt on, and we are not getting out of the car. We're not doing anything. We're just chilling here. We are strapped in and secure until double, man. So that is the game plan. So it's going to get one hit. It's okay. I didn't drop the Musketeer early enough. He's going to go in for a Hunter, and I can poison that if I need to, but I just want to go same laneism generally with this deck. It's just going to be chilling until double. So we can go for a Skeletons round, or we can go in for a Barb Hut. I think we go for Skeletons round here. Okay, we got to go for Barb Hut now. Yeah, definitely got to go Barb Hut. We go Skeletons after on top of the Hunter. He's going to Earthquake, but he doesn't kill it. So then the Hunter just is going to die to Skeletons. You guys saw that, right? The Skeletons on the left destroyed the Hunter. They hunted the Hunter. Wow. The Hunter is usually like hunting things that are alive, but Skeletons, dude, they are exceeding your expectations because you're not used to it, man. The Hunter's like hunting bears, he's hunting tigers, but he's never hunted a skeleton. An animated skeleton is too strong for the Hunter there. So he's going to go for Royal Delivery on our Skeleton Dragons. It's all good, man. As I said, you strive to survive until double elixir, put on the safety belt, and then you assert dominance. So we're going to go for Musketeer here. Going to go for Royal Delivery. You can hit the Royal Delivery even if you're my grandma. It's like, you can be so slow and hit it. It doesn't matter. Double elixir. So then we go in for our graveyard. We go for a poison because he already gave us 4 elixir and poison value. See if he goes in for anything on that. He's just going to go for a knight. Does not matter. So he's going to have to Royal Delivery, and he's going to go for a hunter. He's going to spend way too much elixir. We can go in for skeleton dragons. We can go in for knight, and we go for skeletons. Even if he earthquakes, it's fine. And then he overspends. So what happens when your opponent overspends is you graveyard them, and you laugh at them. Heck, we're going to go for an aggressive musketeer. I rarely ever do this, but I think that the Royal Delivery is just going to die really quickly that way. And then the musketeer is going to bait out more elixir afterwards, so it's worth it. We can poison, and then we save our Royal Delivery for defense. We go for our knight first, and then we wait for him to spam more cards. I think he might go in. If he doesn't, I'd be surprised. Yeah, he didn't do it. He didn't fall for our trap card, guys. I thought he was going to go in for the wall breakers to give us more Royal Delivery value, but...
So I'm not dumb.
This man is a very smart sir. But anyway, we can just go in for a bar putt, slow down the pace of the game, wait for him to go in for more units, because he just keeps going for Earthquake. That's really the only way he's going to be able to damage down our tower. He does a lot of damage to towers with Miner, so this deck actually isn't that bad. It's just interesting. I haven't seen anything like it in a fat minute. So we're going to go in for the Musketeer. We're going to go for the Graveyard. We need the Knight to cross, and if that happens, I'm pretty sure we win the game. Going for as many Graveyards as possible with the Knight, the Musketeer. The Knight's going to get on the tower, and the True Sir is spanking the tower. Wow, that's a lot of damage. I just was too excited, and I couldn't even spit out my words there when the Knight was slapping the tower. Have you guys ever been so excited that you can't explain what you have to say? That was exactly what happened in that moment.
Eventually.
We got him, guys. We actually got the 12 win. Heck yeah, man. Whew. I really didn't think we were going to get that. Feels good, guys. This deck is broken. We got the 12 win. Feels good. Let's see what we can get out of this chest. We're getting Royal Hogs. We're getting Ice Gold, Bomb Tower, Musketeers. I would love to get some Skeleton Dragons, but that's not going to happen. So overall, really good deck. If you guys are looking for a 12 win deck, pick up this Graveyard one. One of the best and safest decks in the meta right now. No matter what you face, you will have a good matchup. At least in double elixir.